is a topic from unit number 1, that is water technology. Name of the topic is alkalinity or alkaline hardness of water. This is hardness only. So, but that hardness causing impurities also makes water alkaline. So, alkaline hardness. We have seen hardness. Let us first find out who all are responsible for alkalinity of water or alkaline hardness of water. Who are responsible for keeping pH of water above 7? You know that. Who's that? It is hydroxide. Okay. It is carbonates, and mainly these are the bicarbonates. This is strongest one, less strong, and minimum strong among the three. These three chemicals are responsible for making water alkaline. They are there for alkalinity of water. Okay. Now in this experiment we have to answer two questions, or in this topic we have to answer two questions. First, who is present in my water? Who is present? Second, once it is clear hydroxide is present, then to what extent it is present? That also we have to find out. How many milligrams of hydroxides are present per liter of my water sample? That also we have to answer. Now, in the water sample, either they are present like this independently, okay, or there may be combinations of these, okay. So let us first find out types of alkaline water based on presence of so and so impurity. So let us make types of water. So first type is that water is containing hydroxides only. Only hydroxides are present. Rest impurities are not there. So first type of water. Second type, it is carbonates only. Only carbonates are present in that type of water. Second type of water. Third is containing only bicarbonates. Fine. Fourth water is certain number of hydroxides and certain number of carbonates. Hydroxides and carbonates in the fourth type. Fifth type of water, CO3 and SCO3. Certain number of carbonates, certain number of bicarbonates. Fine. Sixth type is certain number of hydroxide, certain number of bicarbonates, and seventh is all three are there. Okay. So here these two are ruled out. These two are not considered. Why? If these two are there, that they are going to find out CO3 and H2O. Means they are forming carbonates only. Okay. Similarly, if these three are there, they cannot show independent existence. This OH and SCO3 will form CO3, and this is CO3 only. Means 6 and 7 is forming CO3. They cannot show independent existence as a 2 species or 3 species. They will form CO3 only. That CO3 is already taken into consideration. So we can rule out this, and we can say in all there are 5 types of alkaline water, or there could be 5 type of alkalinity to the water sample. Fine. Now our job is to find out who is present. So these are basic. These are alkaline. So if they are present in the water, that is called alkaline water. So to find out who is present in the water, we'll be going for one simple titration. We'll titrate this water, alkaline water, say, with a standard acid. So this is a basic water. This acid will neutralize this basic component, and we can easily find out who is present, and by calculation to what extent they are present. So simply in the experiment, to estimate these components present in the water, say basic water, it has to be titrated with a standard acid. Here we are using 0.01 normal acid. So it is a base acid titration. Okay. And to get the exact endpoints, we are using certain indicators. That is also known to you. What is the exact endpoint? Meaning is that if my water is having hydroxide, so for complete neutralization of hydroxide, how much acid is required? Suppose 3 ml acid is required. That is the exact end point. At that 3 ml, when all hydroxides get neutralized, the indicator will show the color change. We'll stop adding. We'll note down the CBR. That is called exact end point. Let it be. Now, either of these 5 is present suppose in my water, in this 10 ml water. You can take any volume of water, fine, and simply I will try to neutralize this present here by adding acid from the burette to the flask, carefully, slowly, with the shaking of the flask. So simple titration will be doing. So what are the reactions occur during the course of titration? Note down the reactions. See, first, when I am adding acid from the burette to the flask, OH get neutralized. Among the 3, strongest, less strong, minimum strong. So the strongest will react first and it will form water. Or if 1 OH is there, say roughly it requires 1 H plus ions. Under what condition this OH get neutralized by acid from the water? What is your answer? Under what basic condition? So basic means under what condition this OH get neutralized on addition of acid? Condition is that if OH is present, if OH is there, it is not necessary that first volume of first ml or first 0.1 ml of acid is every time used to neutralize OH. Not at all necessary. It will be utilized, acid will be used, initial volume of acid will be used to neutralize OH provided OH is present. So don't take that assumption that OH is always there. No, out of these 5 cases, OH is here and OH is here. In rest 3 cases, OH is not there. So we are getting it. Anyway, if OH is there, it gets neutralized. Initially, we have taken 10 ml water and 2-3 drops of phenolphthalein. Phenolphthalein is an indicator works in a basic medium. Phenolphthalein above pH above 8.4, it has pink color. It has pink color, maybe up to 14. And when the pH comes down above 8.4, it changes to colorless. It changes to colorless when it comes in the range of 8.2 to 8.4. Fine. Phenolphthalein is an indicator, works in a basic medium. When the medium means water having very high pH above 8.4 up to 14, it has a pink color. On adding acid, we are reducing pH. When this high pH, say it is 12, coming to this range, it turns colorless. Okay. On completion of this reaction, first reaction, phenolphthalein is not showing any color change. It remains pink. On completion of this reaction, there is no color change of phenolphthalein. Fine. So we are not getting any volume, that this much is the volume is of acid required to neutralize hydroxide. We do not have such indicator who shows end point for hydroxide. Getting it? Means pH must remain above 8.4. Maybe less than 12 here, but above 8.4. Fine. So there is no color change of phenolphthalein. It remains colorless. Let it be. You go on adding acid. This further volume of acid on completion of first reaction will neutralize bicarbonates. If they are there, obvious. Sorry, bicarbonate. Further volume of acid after this reaction, further volume of acid will neutralize carbonates and forms SCO3 minus. This is a completion of second reaction. On completion of second reaction, this phenolphthalein pink changes to colorless. On completion of second reaction, pink changes to colorless. Okay. So I will write, this is my first CBR, this is my V1, or we'll say P end point, say 5 ml. P endpoint corresponds to color change of phenolphthalein, pink to colorless. Okay, so or here I will put 0 to 5 ml. This is what P endpoint. First CBR. This volume, suppose 5 ml, say 5 ml. This volume of acid is used for what? It is used, this volume of acid is used to neutralize all hydroxides and 50% of the carbonate. We'll use the wording like this, 50% of the carbonates, because out of these two negative, one is balanced with this positive, one is still there. So 50% carbonate will be there in the flask, but not in the form of carbonate, in the form of bicarbonate. Once again I repeat, on completion of, at the first endpoint, once again, at first endpoint, say P endpoint, some volume is required. First CBR, pink changes to colorless. That volume of acid is used to neutralize all hydroxides and 50% carbonate. So why 50%? Out of these two negative, one balance here, one is still there. So 50% carbonate will remain there, but not in the form of carbonate, say in the form of bicarbonate. This is the information we can make out from the first CBR. Let it be. After that, we'll add second indicator, that is methyl orange indicator or methyl orange indicator, who works in a basic to acidic medium or who works below 8.4 pH, who works below 8.4. Its initial color is yellow. Its initial color is yellow and final is red or orange to red somewhere. Okay. So after once phenolphthalein pink changes to colorless, you add 2-3 drops of this indicator. You add 2-3 drops of methyl orange indicator. Fine. There also you should get yellow color. You should get yellow color. If you are getting yellow color, that is initial color, make it final, that is red. Okay. Suppose I got yellow color. I got yellow. So I will add further volume of acid. Fine. So further volume of acid from the burette will neutralize bicarbonates and it will form H2O plus CO2. Fine. Reaction over. All ions get neutralized. Once again I repeat. After this point, further volume of acid on addition of methyl orange. If I get yellow color, I will make it red. That volume of acid, U and P, will be neutralizing bicarbonates. Which bicarbonates? These bicarbonates, which are actually 50% part of the carbonate, as well as all the bicarbonates who were not the part of these carbonates. They were there in the water as a bicarbonate right from the beginning. Getting the point? Okay. Once again I repeat. Beyond this point, further volume of acid is used to neutralize these bicarbonates, which is the 50% left part of the carbonates, as well as that acid volume is responsible to neutralize all the bicarbonates who were there in the water right from the beginning as a bicarbonate only, not the converted part, we can say. Okay. So at this point, suppose I got second CBR, yellow changes to red, and this is my second CBR. And this is 0 ml. This is 0 ml. So usually we measure volume for 0 from 0. So instead of putting bracket from here to here, right? Like from here to here, I will make bracket from here, beginning to final. This is my second CBR. Okay. This is a simple background of the reactions happening during the simple titration. Fine. So we are getting first CBR, we call it as a P endpoint. Then second CBR, we'll call it as a M endpoint. And from this P and M volume value, we have to find out who is present in my water sample. Okay. Now let us Let us take first water sample. Let us take first water sample. Okay, and let us record the readings of the sample. Fine. Suppose for first water sample, my P reading is 0 ml. My P reading is 0 ml. Under what observation one can write P is equal to 0? Phenolphthalein initial color is pink. If I am getting pink, I will make it colorless. I will make it colorless. And for that purpose, I have to add acid. In this case, there was no pink color on addition of phenolphthalein to the water sample. It was colorless. So for first CBR, I did not add acid. I recorded P is 0. No volume of acid required to get this first endpoint. It was not pink, it was colorless. The water was colorless on addition of phenolphthalein. That's why P equal to 0. But M is some value. M has some positive value. Okay. P0 itself indicate M is something. P0 and M is also 0 means it is not alkaline water. It is not alkaline water. Okay. In that case, if P0 and say M is 5 ml, my case it is 5 ml. Who is present in this case? That you have to find out. 1 second. P is 0 ml in case of first type of water. M is 5 ml. Your M may be 6 ml or 4 ml or whatever. But M has some value. Who is present? What is your answer? See, simplified way to explain this. 0 ml of acid. Okay. And here I have added, I got. Now this is a P endpoint. See the P endpoint. P volume. Initially I have given the expression. P volume of acid is neutralizing what? It is neutralizing all hydroxides and half of the carbonate. Okay. So it is 0 ml of acid. So this volume of acid in all cases is responsible for what? It is responsible for neutralizing all hydroxides and 50% carbonates. Beyond P up to M, this volume. Beyond P up to M, next volume of acid, this volume, this is responsible for neutralizing or consuming rest of the 50% CO3. Basically, these are there in the form of SCO3, and all SCO3 who were there as SCO3 in the water right from the beginning. This is the information. 0 to P volume is for full OH half CO3. P to M volume, this volume is for 50% CO3 and all SCO3. And 0 to M volume is for all the impurities. That volume is used to kill, to consume, to neutralize all the impurities present. Now in this case, P is 0 means what? This may not be present. P volume is not required. There was no consumption of acid. This may not be present. In this case I am telling. Okay. We got M value. I got 5 ml. I got 5 ml. Means my initial observation is this may be present. This may be present. Okay. But one point to be remembered. Like this is one student, this is second student, this is third student. If CO3 is the second student number 2, if it is present in the class, it is fully present. If it is absent in the class, it is fully absent. It is half present, half absent, this will not work. This is not the case. Meaning is that if I am saying CO3 is here, then I must show CO3 is here also. And if I am showing CO3 is there, then I would have required some P volume. There was no requirement of P volume. Okay. So this was not there. This was not there. So if this was not there, this was also not there. Getting it? Again I repeat. See, 1 second. It will take 1 minute. Have you got P volume? No. So this OH is not present. This CO3 is not present. We got M value, volume of acid. This may be present. This may be present. Okay. Again I repeat. If any species like this CO3 is present, either it is fully present or fully absent. 50% present, 50% absent, this won't be the case. If I am present in the class, I am fully present or I am fully absent. So if I am saying now this is present, means this must be present. I must show this is present. If I am showing this is present in my water sample, then it would have consumed some volume of acid. It has not consumed, means this was not present. If this was not present, this was also not present. Getting it? Means full volume, in my case it is 5 ml, is consumed by HCO3 only. In that sample number 1, if P is 0, M is something, M could be any value. In my case 5 ml, in your case it may be 6 ml. If P is 0, M something, who is present? HCO3 is present. I hope you are getting this. HCO3 is present. We'll touch all the 5 cases. So for the time being, I will write case number 1. What is that? P is equal to 0. M is something. What is the conclusion? HCO3 is present. HCO3 is present. Means calcium bicarbonate, magnesium bicarbonate, sodium bicarbonate, and so on. Let us go to second water sample. Let us do the experiment for second water sample. What is the experiment? See, this is a lengthy one. I will be making 2 videos, alkalinity part 1, part 2. In part 2, we'll see the rest of the points. Okay, I will stop here.